Oh, he's got his mic on mute.
Oh, there we go. It's because I've got new headphones on, that's why. All right, lads.
Marvellous. Can I just point out, before we start, I just noticed in Tom's video there, I'm wearing the same bloody shirt. I have got more than one shirt. Right? This isn't me uniform for this show, you know?
You haven't moved. Literally,
Yeah.
you just stay.
I just stay here. Just waiting. Yeah.
He's not real, he's an AI.
Yeah.
How have we been, though, lads? It's been a couple of weeks. Back with a bang. Oh, yeah, it's been busy couple of weeks, but we are back. Thursday nights, 9 o'clock, can now resume to normal. All good? Yeah?
All good here, mate.
Busy. Pete, you don't have a break. I've seen you you serenaded the viewers of YouTube with loads of songs. You've done loads over the years.
Yeah. Been spreading my musical talent as far as I can splat it, you know. So yeah, it's
Is that what we call it?
Yeah, that's what we call it. Yeah.
Nice, but it's been a busy couple of weeks for you. You don't stop, YouTube royalty and all that. But yeah, we're back Thursday night. Chat has been absolutely banging straight away. We've got Chris Bell. Someone was daft enough to marry me 21 years ago today, so we're celebrating by me watching you, and her watching Netflix in a different room. Romance is not dead. I'll take her
Congratulations,
tomorrow.
Chris.
Congratulations. Then we got she'll have to get her own fillet of fish. Like there we go. Okay. And then Fuzzy said, McFlurry love, 2 spoons romance. And there we go. She ain't getting none of my McFlurry. And then Von Hu, I'm currently wanking in work with no belt on. There is a significant chance of a full moon tonight. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out of your Thursday night hobby. I've read it wrong. I'm currently walking to work with no belt on. I do apologise, Von Hu. Sorry, mate. But yes. It's another Thursday night. Leon Russell, thank you very much. Evelyn, Chris, you should write this up. Mills and Boone are still printing romance novels, I think. Red Shoe Diaries. Does anyone remember watching Red Shoe Diaries with David Duchovny on Bravo?
Oh, no. I'm thinking of something else. What was the one with Billy Piper in it?
I think that might have been a porno, mate.
That was
like Doctor Who.
Yeah, no, she did Diaries of a Call Girl or something.
Yes.
It was filthy.
Yes, yeah, old man. Here we go. We've got
Wayne
Wayne Deacon.
shirt all the time.
Wayne Deacon, you sexy lot. And my poor ears were bleeding. I had to call Peter to nurse me back to health in his uniform. Nice.
I was jealous.
But, was you? I'm not sure. I might have missed something there, but you know, all good. But the chat is buzzing. We're buzzing. We're good to be back. Had a couple of weeks off. We've recuperated. We've recharged our batteries, and then we're back with the same shit that we talk about every single Thursday night. But as always, we should do the best thing that gets the crowd going wild. It is. Killer Covers June 5th, which was New Comic Book Day yesterday. Everyone knows the coup by now. The 4 of us pick our top covers. We put them in a vote and no one wins. Fuck all. It's just a bit of fun. There'll be 75 votes placed. 1 winner. That's it. That's how it goes, isn't it?
79 votes placed. Only 9 people watching.
Exactly. Yeah, do the math. I think something's going on. But we was having a chat earlier and we was talking about like how Instagram, the algorithm and stuff like that. And we was all in agreement that the one that only gets like the traction and you not getting involved is the killer covers. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to, every single day of the week, we're just going to put covers on. Covers. See if it works. If it don't, it don't. Yeah. Less work for us, innit, really? Right? But this is Killer Covers June 5th, which was New Comic Book Day yesterday. Up first.
Boobies.
Still my beating heart. This is Vampirella Dark Reflections issue number 1. This is the 1 in 20 Jenny Prison variant. Dynamite. What a skull. That's all I can say. A beautifully formed skull. Eyes to die for. And a lovely bunch of flowers as well. What more can you ask for? That's what I'm looking at. I don't know what you're looking at, Tom, you filthy man.
I was looking at the skull, mate.
This was a no-brainer for me. I think this is fantastic. I think I've ordered more than enough copies of this through Slab Crusaders, and I might have even got the 1 in 10 and 1 in 20 foil as well. So yeah, I love this cover, and it almost feels like maybe the last sort of 2 or 3 covers that Jenny Frisson's done have been sort of like a higher level than the normal stuff that she's been putting out. So yeah, I think this is up there with maybe top 10 covers that she's done.
Yeah. Do you know what I think? I think that what they've done good here is obviously they've really highlighted the skull in like a bright colour. So you kind of, it seems to be only them 2 colours that are highlighted, so the skull and also her cape as well. It detracts you from the rest of the awesomeness. I do like it though. I think it's good. But if this is the 1 in 20? What's the 1 in 10?
There's loads of covers for this, isn't there?
There is. I think this might not be the 1 in 20. This feels like it might be the 1 in 50, perhaps.
Is this
the 1 in 12?
Is this the foil, Andy? Because I'm sure there's a foil version of this as well.
Yeah, Andy.
So there's a 1 in 1. Yeah, there's a 1 in 10, there's a 1 in 20, a 1 in 50, and I think there's a 1 in 100 metal as well.
Okay, nice.
Fuzzy is saying it's cracking in hand, beautiful. I assume he's talking about the comic.
Of course.
Well, you know.
Yeah, that is a gorgeous cover though, Andy, mate. It is very, very good. I don't think I've read a Vampirella comic though.
No, I mean, yeah.
No, I don't think I have, to be honest.
That's anyone.
I mean, does anyone buy it to read? Let's be fair.
Probably not. What do you guys think of this? I fucking love it.
Well, I kind of agree with Chris Bell a little bit, I would say. I think Jenny Frisson has done a lot of stuff over the years, and they all do tend to look very similar. But I can't say anything because I'm a J. Scott Campbell fan. I mean, his stuff looks exactly the same. But I would probably agree with Andy. Over the last few covers that she's done, she's really stepped up her game in a way of like making it look like first class. And I would definitely put this up in a top 10 of hers for sure. It is a really, really nice cover in all fairness. Like, you can really tell that she's got her anatomy down to a T, and the face is amazing. It's really good. It's a really good cover, to be fair. Can't knock you, mate. Try to.
Yeah, disappointingly, I agree. I really like it. Yeah, I think it's stunning. It's stunning. I am tempted to pick the foil version up, I have to say.
There was one cover that I didn't like, and I think Andy will agree with me. She did a Catwoman cover. Do you remember the hand was massive?
Like a Jeremy Beadle hand going on.
Everything else was fine, but the hand, I think it was on her shoulders hand, was huge. It looked like a man hand, but that was about it. That was about it. But yeah, that was all. But up next, I love this one. Up next, we've got my one, Venom. Now, I'm not sure about this. I'm really, really not sure on it. Venom 34, the Fandom Comic Shop John Jiang variant cover. I left it to the last minute. It's John Jiang. He's always a winner for me, so I thought I'd go with it. What do you guys think?
Is Tom okay?
Sorry.
What am I?
Fucking Charlie.
I just spotted that.
What's the matter? What's going on?
Unsubscribed.
It's just descended into chaos. What's going on? I like this cover. I think it's good. Let's crack on.
I'm going to use a Deadpool joke. You just use that, don't you, so it looks massive. When you're,
yes, I do. Yeah. Andy said the same thing. It's like you guys are watching me and I'm watching you. See that? I'm watching you.
The one mind.
No, but come on. What do we think about this cover? I mean, it's not the greatest, but now what I'm looking at, it's massive.
He's got a massive big toe, and it's yeah. No, doesn't out for me. This, I'm afraid. I'm just not a fan of that style. I'm sorry to say.
I mean, it's clearly a homage, sort of, to Amazing Spider-Man 300, but it just doesn't work because it's too far from the original for it to kind of be a homage. But also, not that I just think John Jiang's work is become very, very samey. It's very. His stuff was amazing. All like the horror comics and things he did. That joke he did was incredible. Yeah. I'm not sure whether he's lost a little bit of his panache because of the fact that he's having to do so many covers at the moment. and he's basically he's hot ticket, isn't he? I suppose.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I'm not a fan of this one in particular. Yeah, sorry, mate.
All right.
I was trying to
Andy?
think of something positive.
I'm going to respectfully disagree with my fellow panel members. I think this is excellent. I
Really?
think John Jang's work really excels whenever he's doing characters and covers that. What's the word I'm looking for? But it shows pace. So like he done the Flash and it looked really good. You can almost sense the movement in Venom in this particular cover.
Yeah.
And for me, I love them. I think they're absolutely fantastic. I can see why maybe some people are thinking that they're samey, but I guess what we've found is like with Jenny Frison, you know what you're getting. You know what you're getting with John Jang. You know what you get with J. Scott Campbell. And I think that sameness is kind of kept them in business, I guess, because people keep buying them. So yeah, I think that's a thumbs up. I think it's a great pick.
Well, fingers crossed. Hopefully, at least they get 15 votes tonight. So then we've got Image. Go on, Tom. This is your cover, mate.
Yeah, sorry, I was just replying. Yeah, so I went with Scarlet. I went for the Stadium comic Laura Bagger variant, and I think it's because it just caught my eye, and it felt very bit like Mars Morales with the whole kind of graffiti artwork and stuff, and I just thought it was a little bit different, something I've not seen a lot of recently. I mean, it is very similar to a lot of things you see, but not as of recent, if that makes sense. And I just thought it was really quite a fun cover, and I thought if I saw it on the shelf, it would definitely draw me in because it's something kind of fun about it. The whole retro side of things with the speaker and the graffiti and stuff. It just kind of caught my eye, and I thought I'd like to bring this to the show and see what you guys thought of it. I mean, it's not going to win any awards. It probably won't win this week, but I just thought it was a really cool cover to bring to show people, to be honest.
Well, to be fair, you picking this, I didn't know this comic was coming out, and you picking this made me pick it up and read it. So,
All right, nice.
so nice one, mate. Yeah.
I can tell that Laura Braga has went to the school of J. Scott Campbell.
And that's another thing, yeah.
Whenever Tom had picked this, I had a look at her Instagram and stuff like that when I was doing the posts for the socials. And if you have a look at the stuff that she's done previously, it's very J. Scott Campbell. Little hints Terry Dodson as well. I like the cover. I think it's good. And I particularly like the retro sort of boombox at the bottom. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I have to say when you put this one up, I thought it was a Campbell to start with until I looked in a bit more. I like it. I think it draws my attention. Like you say, my mark for this part of the show is always what would make us pick the book up and have a flick through, and this would do that for me. This would make us have a little look.
Why is there a red line through the barcode, or is that part of?
Yeah, I was wondering that. I don't know.
I think it's part of the. Yeah, it's part of the cover. I think it's something to do with G.I. Joe. I'm not entirely sure what, but I think it is to do with G.I. Joe.
Because the red mark on the wall behind is obviously the tattoo that
Snake
Ninja
Eyes and
Clans
Storm
have,
Shadow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think it's just another addition to the Energon universe and stuff in it, which is pretty interesting.
Yes, they're doing this one. They're doing Destro. They're apparently doing Roadblock. And then there's another. I think Baroness is getting one as well.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I quite like her in Cobra Commander. No, not Cobra. Duke, isn't she?
Duke,
that's it. Yeah. And then last but not least, so
I mean, first off, are you guys reading this book, Final Avengers?
No.
It's really good. I wasn't expecting to enjoy it, but it's really good. Basically, Parker Robbins, who's a character called the Hood. Yeah, you'll have seen him in various bits and bobs. He's got the mantle of Ghost Rider now, and he's basically using it as a criminal. So he's going around wiping out the kind of the criminal element.
So they didn't go what I suggested and go with Dora Mormon.
They didn't. No.
Missed the trick there.
No. They missed it. The balls did up. So it's a good book. Yeah, it's a bit samey. I get that. But I just like the image. It looked a bit Delotto-y to me. I'm a big fan of Ghost Rider's aesthetic anyway. I always think if you get him looking good in the cover, he looks pretty amazing. And I just liked it. I like this one a lot. That said, I have to say, I think the best cover is Andy's. But this is my pick.
Do you know what, Pete?
Jumped out.
I really like this cover, but the one thing that's really pissing me off about it is why is the Ghost Rider Final Vengeance not centered? It's just that's just annoying.
I mean, you've ruined it for
yeah,
us now,
good
Charlie.
shout,
You've ruined
yeah.
it for us.
Why
Thanks
would you
very
just not
much.
centre that? It looks like they
Yeah.
put it on and gone, they've pressed send too early. And I know they've got to take into account the signature, but I would have just centred that. That's annoying.
That's that's pissed us off now. I want to burn it now. I want to burn the book.
I really like
Peter's
it.
Final Vengeance.
Yeah.
I really like it. Yeah, fuzzy. Skulls and Fire, isn't it? There we go.
Yeah.
Skulls and Fire. The flame done well. But, yeah.
Reminds me of Bjorn Barron's work.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's who I thought it was. Again, if you look at Alexander Lozano's Instagram, I think this. I don't know if he's coloured this as well, but I thought this almost felt a little bit digital. But when you actually look at his Instagram, you look at the inks and the pencil work that he does, it's absolutely superb. So I'd love to see this cover just as a black and white variant.
Yeah.
That would be cool. Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. Chris Bell has said Virgin would look much better. The trade just looks like a cheap sticker. And then is it room
Virgin's
for a
always look better.
barcode? Yeah. Is it room for a barcode? That sounded a bit dodgy, Tom. But that's the votes. That's the four covers. You've got Ghost Rider, you've got Scarlet, you've got Venom, and you have Vampirella Dark Reflection. I think we can all know which one is the winner, but the poll is up now, so get over there and place your votes. Why not? So let's do it. Let's jump into my eyes. This is the fun part of the show, but we pick the absolute shit covers if we didn't pick them when we chose killer covers of the week. This is for yesterday, and up first is
What?
Right, so I picked this, and I'm sure I'll get some grief from.
You will if Luke's in the chat.
Yeah,
he's not.
Because
Right,
Kevin
right.
Eastman's like he's like a he's like a god, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I struggle with his artwork sometimes. I have to be honest. I struggle with some of the early Turtles books, and then you see this, and I just think this looks like it's raining, and the kids at primary school are sat indoors and they can't go out, so the teacher's giving them some crayons, and they've kind of just quickly done a bit. I just think it looks friggin' awful.
It does.
I mean,
shit.
Wolverine looks shocking, but that I don't even know who that is behind. I don't know who that is, but she just looks absolutely cack. So yeah,
It's just an amalgamation of just shit. It looks horrendous.
Yeah.
It really, really does. Like, obviously, like when you look back at Kevin Eastman's early work for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and stuff, it works for that. This just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, I can't.
And you know what? We have the pleasure of being on the panel with an Adonis in Tom, in his physique, obviously. Tom, explain that muscle set to us. What's going on there? Because that's like all over the shop. Is that what you look like with your top off? Is that what's going on?
Do you know what? I'd pay good money to look like that, to be perfectly honest. But I think Kevin Eastman's lost it somewhere along the lines. He used to be a really talented artist with a really unique style. For some reason, I don't know whether he believes his own hype a little bit, a bit like what's his name, Bagley,
Mark Bagley,
Simon Bagley, Simon Bisley. Sorry,
Bisley.
Simon Bisley.
Tom Bisley.
They kind of believe their own hype a little bit, and they are. Don't get me wrong; they are really talented artists. I just think it almost looks like this one, like you said, was rushed. The anatomy is all over the place. Nothing looks like it should be in the right place. But it's Kevin Eastman. He's like, well, he's one of the gods of comics, isn't he? I mean, he created the Ninja Turtles, but this is just, it's horrendous. But I don't know what those muscles are. It should be a latissimus dorsi muscle with obliques, but that looks like that, but then on steroids and then some.
Are you just making up words now, Thomas?
No, I'm speaking Latin fluently.
Okay, cool. Happy birthday, Connie. Enjoy it.
Happy birthday, Connie!
Happy birthday!
There we go. The depth is dog shite. I think we can agree. This is just Andy. What do you think, mate?
I've never really been a huge fan of Kevin Eastman's work, even including
Same.
cover stuff. If I'm honest, I like when you look at the four covers that we just picked for cover of the week, and you see this on the shelf. I think Kevin Eastman kind of reminds me. He's like the male Peach Momoko.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you feel obliged to pick up these covers because it's a Kevin Eastman variant.
Yeah.
The guy from Turtles, like, meh.
Yeah, what's Connie saying? She's saying, I like your funny words, Magic Man. Tom could literally say any Latin sounding words and I reckon everyone would just believe him.
It's true.
Here we go. Happy birthday, Connie. Yes, have a good one. Don't drink too much, or you might end up in a situation like a Kevin Eastman variant, which you don't want to be. So yeah, this is absolute shit. Good pick. Is it a good pick or a bad pick? I'm going to say it's a good pick.
It's a good pick for my eyes.
And then we've gone on. What fucking hell? What is this?
Who's paying these people?
Now, am I right? Because I picked this one as well, didn't I? Am I right in thinking Declan Shavely is that the Thundercats man?
It is.
Declan Shalvey is the one that wrote it, not the one that drew it.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I just don't.
Drew Moss drew it.
Yeah, Drew Moss drew it, but Declan Shalvey is an artist as well.
Well, he wouldn't draw on my book, would he? The prick.
He wouldn't draw this one either, by the looks of it.
No, this I don't know. This just I don't get it. I don't. It's not horrendous. Don't get us wrong. I think some people might like it, I guess, but for me, it's dull as ditch water. Again, going back to Tom's kind of, would it make you pick the book up? Absolutely not. This doesn't do anything for me. And I don't know what's going on with Hulk's hair. Is he like an emo Hulk or something? I don't know what's happening there.
Emo Hulk.
Yeah, it doesn't out for us, I'm afraid.
Hanna-Barbera variant. If that had been quite as a Hanna-Barbera variant, it would have probably been all right. But this is just, honestly, this looks like a kid has drawn it.
Yeah.
Is it supposed to be a book of spells?
I don't know, because that doesn't. Well, I don't know.
It
should have casted
anyway.
a spell for him to draw it better. I think that's just shit. It wouldn't make me want to read that. And again, it's all tying into the tie-ins for the Blood Hunt and whatever else it is. But this is just. Is anyone reading that, by the way? Is anyone still reading it?
I haven't read this one. I read issue 1. Out of Blood Hunt, Tom, or of this, because this is a side quest kind of thing. This is
Blood Hunt. I'm only I've made a deal with myself years ago. I think it was probably because of King Black. I'm only ever going to read the main story from now on. Yeah,
that's what me and Andy said the other week. Yeah.
So I did that, but I've read a couple of the kind of the bolt-ons to Blood Hunt. Some of them were okay. Really like the Union Jack series. This was awful, and I was looking forward to this more than anything because it's got some great characters in it. But the first issue was dire, absolutely dire.
They're really trying to push Bloodstone, aren't they? I can't remember her first name, but the character Bloodstone.
Elsa.
They're really trying to Elsa, yeah.
So,
trying to push her as a character. They have been for years. She's not taken off.
Is it Elsa Bloodstone? Bloodstone?
Yeah.
But
she was in the Werewolf. Sorry, in the Werewolf by Night show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But instead, we get the Hulk back to Notre Dame. Look at the state of him. It's just literally just looks shocking, doesn't it? Absolutely shit. Sorry, mate. Look at this. Miss Marvel, Mutant Menace, issue number 4. Another Peach Momoko variant. I don't know how she's just pumping out this, but this is dog shit. Like this just isn't for me. Like Peach Momoko, there's some people out there that love it. For me, every time I see a Peach Momoko cover now, I just start to dislike all the stuff that she's done beforehand. It's just, I don't get it. Like, I really, really don't get it. This would not make me pick up the comic.
No. I think she's had her time, hasn't she? I suppose in the spotlight. She probably needs to go back. Have you ever seen her in any of her old stuff before she got caught by Marvel?
Yeah.
It's really good stuff.
Yeah.
I think Marvel are asking too much of her, so she's just shitting out these same things that look. I mean, obviously, we've talked about similarities of all the other artists that we like, so it's wrong of me to say that she's pushing out the same old stuff, same thing. But I think, unfortunately, with Peach Momoko, it's very Marmite. You either love it or you don't, and I think a lot of people are going down the "I don't love it" route.
Yeah.
But there's got to be, like, honestly, like, there's got to be someone in Marvel that's looking at these thinking there's something wrong with it. There can't be a massive market for Peach Momoko stuff. Like when we spoke to James at Slab Crusaders, Peach Momoko doesn't even get a look in every single week. So there's got to be like massive publisher issues out there for the Peach Momoko stuff. I mean, maybe there is like people out there that absolutely love her stuff, but I mean, I can't see it.
I think that Peach Momoko as an artist is to blame. I actually think it's the fact that she's working on comics that holds her creativity back.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
As Tom alluded to, like her original older stuff, when it had nothing to do with superheroes, was superb because the amount of time. It's almost like a process that she goes through to create these things. But what we get is just a character in that Japanese, like, over stylized, and obviously on a time limit as well. And I think that's what hurts some of these books. And again, we've seen so many of them. But I definitely recommend, as Tom said, look at some of the original stuff before she started in comics. She's done a lot of stuff for magazines, and it's just beautiful, especially the horror stuff that she does. That's where she really excels.
She's done a few Instagram lives. Sorry, Tom. She's done a few Instagram lives where she literally just paints and stuff like that, and it's nothing to do with comics and stuff, but it's wicked. But I think, where she's pushed into, where she's kind of backed into a corner, she's got to do this. She's just pumping it out, which is a shame because obviously she's now in that setup.
Just before she did Demon Days, she did a piece which is it's a massive spider, but it's made up of teeny weeny tiny spiders that are all on a web. So you have to really zoom it in, but the detail and the amount of effort she's put in is incredible. And it's all, I think she's done it as it's ink, but also like a wash over the top. So there's like drips and stuff, but it works really, really well. Very, very nice if you get a chance to look at it. Sorry, Peter.
No, it's a shame for me because I love the concept of this cover. That you've got Miss Marvel, who's a bit like Mr. Fantastic in terms of an elasticated character and literally dripping and melting away. I like that idea. It's just, I don't know, there's just something about it doesn't work for us. I have to say I'm not a big fan, although I have got a couple of Peach Momoko covers. Strange Academy, where she did Ilyana Rasputin, is stunning. It's one of the best images of Ilyana I've seen. So I'm with you guys. I don't know how she goes from that to some of the stuff she does. And also, just to add, our Ultimate X-Men is absolutely almost unreadable for me. Yeah. I don't know what others have thought, but it's just not good.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, what Chris said, he said she's paying the bills. I imagine if you let her do maybe 3 a year, they'd be absolutely wonderful. And I think that is it. I think that was it. I think with the time constraints and stuff, you got to. I mean, I think since we started doing it out of my eyes, we've had a Peach Momoko on every single week.
I think so.
So I think we have. So unlucky, but here we go. This one.
I picked this, guys.
I love this cover.
I love this cover.
I'm Andy, this guy.
No, this is.
I'm all over this.
This is pure shite. That's what it is. It's a waste of paper. It's a waste of a cover. And plus, it has your man. What's his name? Paul Jacob or whatever his name is.
Jake Paul.
I just,
is that who that is? Oh, right.
Yeah, I just realised it.
It's a 1 in 200 as well. I can see at the bottom right hand corner. Assuming, I don't know, guys. Like, seriously, would you guys pick this up?
I would just because Mario is the referee.
It's just because of the retro gaming, and I like my retro gaming. But other than that, no, I wouldn't pick it up as a comic. If it was a print for like £3, I'd pick it up, but I wouldn't pick it up as a comic to read.
Although the background faces look the same characters that are on the Thundercats.
Yeah,
true.
Oh, it's the Dallas Matthew Waite and Drew Moss Virgin Punt out 8-bit video version. Yeah, I do get what you mean. It's pretty copy and paste in it, but I mean, look at Jake Paul. Come on, he looks pretty decent.
Tidal Wave Productions, like I get they must be like uber indie, and they're probably pulling this together in MS Paint. So I'll cut them a little bit of slack. If this was like a major publisher, I'd have concerns.
This is getting some good. No, that's a great fun. Wouldn't buy though. Bring back the Game Boy cover. Yeah, do you remember?
Oh mate, that famed Game Boy cover. Yeah.
That game was class though. This game was class. It was wicked. He doesn't have the rights for any of these covers either. It was Chris. There we go. But yeah, no, I do get you with that. Tidal Wave. Nah, we're not fucking Raindrop Productions. There we go. Oh, what is? I thought that was a dinosaur.
Do you know? I thought that was a hand.
Oh, so did I.
As a person.
Yeah.
Oh, this was mine, wasn't it? I know one of mine.
Yeah.
I was. You can tell I'd just finished work and I was in a bit of a roll. I was just like, my eyes. And my
I thought it was like a. I literally thought it was that.
Yeah, so did I. I didn't see the man inside until.
No.
Oh, there's a man. Oh, yeah, there's a man.
Sorry, Pete. I just clocked on what you said.
Yeah, I
That's horrendous.
I don't to say, so I'm not going to say nothing.
I can't.
Can I just say? Can I just say? Even forgetting the art, that weird wizard's title with the little star things splattered all over looks shite as well. I mean, less is more sometimes. Do you know what I mean?
It's so shit. Band of Bards. Like even the name, Working Class Wizards. It's not issues 4. It's issues 4 and 5.
It's a double issue.
3, 4, and 5.
3, 4, and 5. Shocking. Absolutely shocking. There we go. So Band of Bards. Never heard of them. Never want to hear of them again. That was it. That was that.
Just go back to that a second, Charlie.
Of course.
Wayne, it's a lady part. I think you need help me. What? It's a lady part. What lady part is that?
I don't know if I want to know.
I think we should just wait until Wayne answers.
Just wait. Yeah, happy to wait.
Person,
Question needs
turquoise,
answering.
waving speech. There we go. There we go. Is it the same lady part that you was that brought all your girls to the yard? It's the Vigian. What's the Vigian?
Vagina? Is that it?
There we
That's
go.
a
Yeah.
funny looking one of them, that's for sure.
But is she a working class wizard?
Yeah, exactly.
Is it
Working
the
class
issue?
wizard sleeve. It's a working class wizard sleeve. That's what it is. So anyway, you're right there, Pete. Don't joke. Anyway, we should review some comics, shouldn't we? So obviously this was week 22 review, which was for last week. This was the end of the Avengers Twilight issue number 6, and then we had Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 5. 2 Marvel comics. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done 2 Marvel comics. Up first, we have Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 5, written by Jonathan Hickman, and the art is by David Messina. Main cover is by Marco Ciccecco. Yep, John Jang, black and white Virgin variant, the 1 in 25 David Messina variant cover, and then we have the Stefan Segovia Virgin variants. Which one of you lovely people would like to take the review of this away first?
Sorry, just before we do that, that John Jang one, is that a
Yes.
book? Does that go side by side with the Venom then? Because it's pretty much the same
It's
pose.
exactly the same.
Yeah, just reverse, isn't it?
This
So basically,
is what
all he's done is elongated that Spider-Man into Venom
Yeah.
in Photoshop.
Yes. Well,
Be interesting to see
basically-
them side by side, wouldn't it?
But let's. Is it? No, it's not that one. It's that one.
Yeah, quite similar.
And it's not quite similar. It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
If it had
Near
been
enough.
flipped, if you flip the Venom the other
Yeah.
way, it could look quite nice as a set. But the fact that they're
Yeah.
both going the same ways, yeah.
Maybe this is
Yeah.
what happens when you put the 3D glasses on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah. So who wants to take it away first? Pete, do you want to take it away?
Yeah. So I've been reading this series quite excitedly because I don't know if you guys are reading any of the regular Marvel Universe Spider-Man, but it's absolute cack. So this is probably the best, in my view, Spider-Man title we've got at the moment. This picks up where Harry and Peter and Gwen and Mary Jane have just been out for tea together and things like that. It kind of gives you the backstory as to how Harry, spoilers, how Harry becomes the Green Goblin. There's no denying, guys, that this is a narrative issue. It's a talky issue. There's not a lot of action in it. There's not a lot of, dynamic fighting or anything like that in it. But I have to say, I was completely engaged. I loved the story. I loved the background to it. I thought it was interesting how they got the development of the Green Goblin suit. I thought that was pretty cool. I like that. My only complaint would be I got confused. This panel you've put up there, where the kind of the explosion goes off and it's Harry talking to Norman.
Yeah.
That just felt weird in terms of who was seeing what. Do you know what I mean? It didn't feel. I don't know. Maybe I was just misreading.
No,
or
I
whatever,
get
but-
what you mean there, because I was kind of reading it and I was like, well, why is this that and what's that? What is he looking at? Is something coming
Yeah, 'cause
through
it-
a port or something?
Because
And
it was
you
like
see-
Norman was looking at it, and I thought initially Harry had blown up, but anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving this series. It is a reader. It's not a one you can flick through, I think. But it's an enjoyable Spider-Man book, which I never thought I would say for a while, So yeah, good read for me.
I haven't read a Spider-Man book in ages, and I think when this came on, the first issue started strong, and then I think we all agreed that issue number 2 had totally slowed the pace down. It was kind of like, oh.
Yeah.
But this for me, obviously, it's the retelling of Spider-Man, because obviously, like, do you know what I mean? Years ago, this didn't happen and stuff, and I was like you, Pete. I was reading it, and I was really, really enjoying it. I stopped on issue 2, so I didn't read it, and then I had to read issue 3, 4, and 5 today. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. And for a Marvel comic to do that, I think they're onto a winner with this. I just hope they don't go down the same rabbit hole where they do numerous tie-ins that don't relate to anything and, you know, everything. But this is good. Like, the panel I picked here with the Iron Man suits. I'm a massive Iron Man fan. So to see this feature, because obviously you've got the Stain and Stark, like the business that Harry Osborn has now taken over with Norman dying and stuff. It's just wicked. This was interesting. I could just picture them going into like Stark Tower and finding these unused Iron Man suits and everything like that. I just thought it was really good. But then I thought issue number 4 was pretty decent as well.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's been bad. I'm loving the artwork. I'm loving the story. I'm not sure how I feel about Harry and Peter teaming up, because they've been in the films. They've been friends as Harry and Peter, but now they're friends as Harry, Peter, Spider-Man, and the Green Goblin. So I'm interested to see how that pans out. But I'm just enjoying it. Like, for a Marvel comic, and for me to sit here and say that is kind of, I don't know if I'm seeing pigs fly by and stuff like that, but it is enjoyable. It is pretty good. Tom?
Yeah, no, I really enjoyed it. I don't know if you guys have read the original Ultimate Spider-Man. I actually really loved all the original Ultimates, like Ultimates, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Spider-Man, Ultimate Iron Man. I thought it was all a really good series. And I think Jonathan Hickman's basically just reinvented those, which is great. I think
they
what he's
all
doing
retellings of the original, Tom? Are they all retellings of the same, like the beginnings?
a little bit, yeah. So imagine, you know how like DC did the Black Label?
Yeah.
The Ultimates was essentially the same sort of thing that Marvel did.
Right,
they had like the normal Marvel stuff going on, and I think they got to the point where it's like, we kind of run out of stories here. And then I can't remember, was it Mark Miller or Jeff Johns?
Did the Ultimates.
Yeah, and then Jeff Johns did Spider-Man.
No, it was
Jeff Johns?
Brian Bendis.
Michael Bryan Bendis, yeah. So he took over and basically retold all the Spider-Man stories, but from a really different angle.
Right. Okay.
It's all the same stories, same with the X-Men, all exactly the same stories you're used to, but look from a slightly different angle and a little bit more gritty, which was amazing. Which is why we've got the Avengers we got on the television.
Yeah.
Because whether we wouldn't have got that.
The basic premise of it, from what you call him, is it I always pronounce his name wrong, Quesada or Quesada, whatever you call him.
Yeah.
Was that he wanted to retell the Marvel universe, but as if it was happening now instead of the 60s. So you got like an updated version of Spider-Man, and it was more modern, wasn't it, Tom? And it was, and you're absolutely right. I loved the Ultimates. Is still season 1 of the Ultimates and 2 actually are stunning, absolutely stunning. Yeah,
I mean, there's that the whole part with Hulk in that is incredible, because like he really doesn't want to be Hulk, and then when he turns, he's like completely vicious, exactly how you would expect Hulk to be. Whereas in the comic books, he's like the normal Marvel, he's a little bit too, kid friendly, if you get my drift. Yeah. Anyway, going back to this comic, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really good, like Peter said, it's very kind of lengthy, wordy one that's more of a setting the scene of what's going on. What I really hope that Jonathan Hickman doesn't do is play the same old story with Harry and Spider-Man, Peter, where they literally like they're friends, and then suddenly they're not friends. I would really like this to go down the route of like, okay, Harry's doing a few things behind the background that are not like kosher, but Spider-Man's okay with it because it's getting the information that they need. As long as he doesn't go too far, Spider-Man's like, yeah, that's cool. You talk to that man if you really have to, because we need the information. Do you know what I mean? I really hope they do like a different spin.
Can I chuck something your way then?
Yeah, go for it.
What I think would be brilliant to happen is they do exactly that. Spidey and Green Goblin stay pals, but I think Gwen's been set up to be a bit of a bitch. So I think she'll turn out to be the big bad.
Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, she'll screw over Harry, and she'll be the big bad of the series.
Yeah,
that could be good. Or I mean, and I'd love it if Otto didn't become Otto Octavius, as in Doc Ock, and just stayed as a nerd. That'd be cool. Andy?
Boys, I absolutely hated this issue.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was. I think the words we were looking for, Peter, was filler. This can easily have been a one-shot book out with the continuity. The first, what are we, 5?
I can see where you're coming from with that. 100%.
I thought the artwork was pretty lazy. A lot of overuse of shadow to compensate for actually putting the detailed work in. You can see pretty much on both these pages here. And I think Fuzzy alluded that this was a change in issue 4. They went to a different artist, and it just felt like every page.
In the original, in the first one,
Chichetto.
Oh, it was Chicheco. Okay.
So this is David Messina, I believe, and it just felt to me that every single page felt as if it was washed out. It was like it had some sort of like filter on it.
Mm-hmm.
Really did enjoy this issue. I thought, considering the last 4 issues that we've got, hard pass for me.
Oh.
Are you going to continue because of this issue? Are you going to continue reading it though?
I'll definitely continue reading it, but as long as this new artist is on, it's going to be a bit of a struggle for me. As long as it's not like the next issue is not just another one shot, effectively giving me a backstory.
Sorry, Pete. I totally didn't even know that they changed the artist. I think I was involved in the story until Fuzzy mentioned it. I didn't even notice. That's how blindsided I was. I was just literally so invested in the story that I did. But now you say it, it is like every single page has got shadows or half faces missing and stuff like that. I didn't even know that.
If it gets better, Andy, do you want us to let you know so you can go back and read it?
No, I'll definitely read the next issue. I've kept up so far.
I think the next issue. I might be wrong, but I think the next issue said it was the end of the first arc. So it might hopefully conclude in some meaningful way for you. Andy.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Chicheco is back next issue. Okay. Why would they just change it for one issue?
Maybe hate that.
Like, what was important in this issue? If we can cast our mind back to
why Harry became the Green Goblin.
Why and how?
Why do we need to know?
Because we need to know why he's. Because obviously it's going to come back as a real big thing that he's got vengeance out there. Because what it's going to happen, I think what's going to happen is he's going to come after the Maker, isn't he? As in Reed Richards.
Yeah.
Also, if you haven't read the Ultimate Fantastic Four, you should read it because it's got some of the best twists in it I've ever read ever.
Cool.
See, I was more interested in this issue of them capturing Bullseye and finding out what Bullseye's doing and who's he working for and stuff like that. I wasn't even interested in finding out that Harry became Green Goblin. I was waiting to the end panel where Harry has got Bullseye hostage and he's kind of. Do you know what I mean? I was interested in that. I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, it is. I can't. No, I'm just looking at the shit art now. There you go.
See, I like the art.
I think it's pretty good artwork. Yeah.
He often took breaks.
Better than Kevin Eastman.
Maybe he's slower than most. I think that's Chicheco, isn't it? He often took breaks during Daredevil as well. I like Chicheco's work. Hopefully, if he's back for the next issue. It just seems weird if the next issue is the final one of the arc. You would have thought they'd changed over then.
Phil's just literally described my life. He takes a lot of breaks and he's slower than most.
But yeah, this is a Spider-Man. I thought it'd be good to start with this one, and then we move on to Avengers Twilight issue. Is it issue number 5 or is it issue number 6, isn't it? Yes, it's the final book. This isn't written by Jonathan Hickman, and it's not the art by David Messina. I've totally messed up one job. We've had 3 weeks off, and I still fucked up the slides. But oh well, who cares? We've got the main cover, Alex Ross. We've got the Daniel Acuna variant cover. We've got the Mark Aspinall variant, and then we've got the 1 in 100 Declan Shalvey variant. How can Declan Shalvey go from that to what he did? I cannot understand that.
Yeah, it's
correct as.
This, Andy, you want to take this one away? Because I know you've liked this.
Yeah. So this was the last issue of this.
Yes. Yeah.
Series, wasn't it?
You definitely read it, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Yeah, I think that this was probably one of the top 5 Marvel runs that I've read ever. I think the artwork was absolutely superb. This is just a big, massive fight, really. And we get to the point where Hulk is getting bounced from state to state by Thor, and there was nothing that I disliked in this issue. I thought it was great. I thought it ended really well. It was a nice ending to it. It's what I expected, to be fair. But I think they kind of set it up quite nicely at the end, where they're kind of rebuilding things, and it's this whole point of, I think there was definitely a narrative throughout the 6 issues of, the media taking over and effectively, instructing people what to think and what to feel. And you can say that happens in kind of a modern real life as well. But I just like the fact that it goes back to that nice sort of feeling where, you know what, there's hope. And I think this is what this book is all about. It's very much focused on, when people get older. And I guess as we're all getting older and, some say less wise, that's the one thing that we have to keep hold of is that little bit of hope. And I think this book was six issues of hope, effectively. Yeah, really enjoyed it, and I hope they bring out I hope they keep the theme of that sort of looking at the older generations of the character, because it feels somewhat of a loss if they just go back to, right, here's the young guys who have rebuilt this. I hope they keep some of the elements of the older generation in it.
I'm more interested in reading about the original Avengers than any of the new ones. Like this, for me, I would say is, as Phil said, a strong Book of the Year contender. Like a Marvel comic, this is probably the best 6 issues of a comic they've put out in God knows how many years. This was just awesome. In issue number 4, it blew my mind when I found out that H-Day stood for Hulk. I just didn't get it, and I just didn't know that was a thing. And then the artwork in this was just awesome. I just think every single cover, this just reminded me of Civil War, Avengers Civil War, Captain America Civil War, where they're just constantly fighting and stuff. It was just, I just absolutely loved it, and I really do hope that they see how good this was and they continue with these Avengers. I just thought it was bloody awesome. I thought it was one of the best books I've read this year so far. 100%. Loved it. Tom? Pete?
I would agree with you on that one, mate. I luckily hadn't read any up until we read this one, so I got the opportunity to read them all in one go. And I would say it's a beautiful series. Like you said, it's probably the best 6 issues that Marvel have done in a very, very long time. It's that awesome telling of, like you said, the old school characters and things, and almost kind of coming to the end of stuff. I mean, the whole Hulk thing with Thor underwater completely blew my mind. I was like, that's amazing. And also how Thor then deals with it. He's like, I know I had to do what I had to do, and I know he's in a better place, but it was fucking hard to do it. So I thought that was really good. And it touches on really adult kind of things. And like Andy said, the whole media and almost in modern day. It's very similar to what Ultimates was like when I first read it. It's that kind of using the modern age in a comic book, so you can relate to it a little bit better rather than it being in the 60s or 70s or 80s. You can relate to it right now, what you're going through right now. You're kind of going through it as well. Yeah, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. And I would definitely agree it is contender for Book of the Year for sure.
Pete, you've seen Godzilla -1, haven't you?
Yeah.
Did you, for me, when Thor takes Hulk down, it just reminded me of Godzilla -1.
Yeah.
Where they're just kind of taken down, because I was watching it, I was reading it thinking, Hulk's going to come back up now. He's going to come back up. Godzilla -1, by the way, is available on Netflix, and it is an awesome film. Absolutely. So if you haven't watched it, sorry for that segue.
No, absolutely right. For me, this is absolutely a contender for Book of the Year. You know I love this. I've been banging on about it for a while. For me, right, first off, the artwork, the story, everything like that is perfection for me. But it's the emotional beats that this book had that I didn't expect myself to be quite feeling. So I was quite emotional reading that point of this. So there's a bit, I love any kind of Hulk Thor fight, but there's a bit where Hulk transforms or partially transforms, and he says to Thor, kill us, it needs to end. And then you get this back and forth for page after page, and it's Thor realizing that actually this just can't go on now, it's too much, there's too much happening. So I think he says something like, Banner, I'm sorry, or Bruce, I'm sorry, when he realizes that he's got to kill him, which I just thought was beautiful. In the last page, I don't know why, but I did get emotional when you've got the Avengers and Tony's and Janet's son there, and I can't remember the exact line, but he says, I can do it myself. And they say, well, no, but it's better to do it together. You know, and I just thought, that for me is just beautiful, you know. I just think this is an amazing run. And I think this will be a book that I read regularly, like Dark Knight. You know, it's a book that I'll pick up and read.
I really didn't think Tony Stark and Janet's son was going to come good. I just throughout the whole thing, I thought he's just going to stay the villain, and it's going to end as him as the villain, and then we're going to get a second arc. But I just really hope, as you said, Andy, I hope they like tunnel into this, that the old school Avengers was wicked, because I mean, obviously, like, is it Tony Stark? Who's he meeting there? Is it Mysterio?
No,
Is
that's
Mysterio?
Loki.
Loki, yes. Like the fact that,
Isn't that
everyone's
with Tony Stark at the end.
Oh, sorry. Tony Stark in Valhalla. Yeah, it's Tony and Bruce in Valhalla.
Yeah, that's it. I just think it's wicked. Like the way that it was all just like chugging on the beer and stuff, and they're just like holding hands before, and Loki like walking through. I just thought it was wicked.
See,
really enjoyed it.
Again, as a long-time Thor fan, I loved that exchange between Loki and Thor as well.
Yeah.
Where he's saying, I've kind of grown to like you, and actually I helped form the original Avengers, so I had to give a bit of a nudge to help you on this occasion as well.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was brilliantly done.
Do you think this is something Marvel will stick at? Like some of the shit that they're putting out? Like, I can't understand it, how you can go from doing this, which has been hugely successful, along with like the Spider-Man, the Ultimate stuff, and then go to doing some continuational shit that is constantly pumped in week, out, that is rubbish.
But do you know what? My worry is, you no doubt everybody in the chat will realise that we're all gushing over this. We'll love this book. But do I want to see more? I'm not sure, because I'm mindful of things like Stray Dogs, which I loved, and then
it's done,
they did a sequel, and it's like and then I have to give Andy's props. Feral is boring the tits off us now, so that's not doing anything. So as much as I love this universe and this tale, I don't want them to spoil it by doing a subpar follow-on.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. I think there's been a lot of, version 2s of things where you've gone up in, it's not hit as good as the first one. I would hate it if Dan Warren Johnson did a Do a Powerbomb Part 2. Because I think Do a Powerbomb ended so well, it doesn't need another one. Same with this. I think this has ended so well, it probably doesn't need a sequel. And like, I think about the Murphyverse, the White Knight, the first one. I think that didn't really need the phenomenal amount of sequels it had afterwards. They were good though, don't get me wrong. They were good, the sequels. There's just the first one was so much better. Yeah. It's whether or not it would have been kind of more iconic if they hadn't have done sequels.
I mean, using what has undoubtedly been the kind of the blueprint for the series, looking at Frank Miller's Dark Knight run, first series is superb. It goes rapidly downhill when you get to, what is it, the third one, the Master Race or something?
Yeah.
It diminishes the original story in some ways.
But it's good to end on a high with this. I thought it was great, and it is one of them ones I'm going to pick up in a trade paperback and read again. No, I don't think it will age. I think you could read it and spot different things and enjoy it just as much as you did the first time around. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed it. It's another.
It's like Pete said, it's one of those ones you could definitely pick up and read again. It's like a really good Sunday afternoon movie that you can rewatch over and over and over again.
Yeah. Phil's saying in the chat there something that I mentioned a little while ago. This for me is a blueprint of what the MCU should do. Give it 10 years and then bring back, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Helmsworth, and just do the story but based on the MCU, as if it's just the continuation of them,
Yeah. That's what I said. I wouldn't want a sequel as much, but definitely appreciate them doing something very different than the normal mundane stuff, taking chances and enjoying it. I think that's exactly it. It would be interesting to see the success of this, to see how good this actually did and stuff, because I think it would have surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
Do you think this might be almost a dip in like a toe in the water? They wrote up the story and thought, do you know what? Actually, this could work really well as a movie in 5 or 6 years' time. Let's put it out there. See how well it's received, and if it does receive well, then we know where our like you said, the blueprints for the future of the MCU. Because you're right, that would work. Chris Evans comes back as the old man, gets juiced back up into super soldier serum, and it's basically this story, then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Would be cool.
Right, so moving on to but then if they did that, wouldn't it be like Dolph Lundgren and Sylvester Stallone coming back in the Expendables?
Yeah,
Would be,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
but they look like tea bags now.
Yeah. There we go. Killer Indie Picks for June the 12th. Moving swiftly on from teabagging and teabags and whatnots. Up first, we have Andy.
Yeah, I went for Lawful issue number 1, written by Greg Pak and Diego Galindo, doing the artwork. This is a release from Boom Studios. The premise of this is it's sort of an adventure story, which follows 2 small children. But the twist in this is every mistake that they make causes them to transform into a monster. So that was a little bit of a twist that sort of grabbed me into this story, just to see how they would actually write that and visualize that. So yeah, I'm going to check out issue number 1 and see what it's all about.
This was in previews quite a while ago, and I remember you mentioning it, Andy. I looked at the premise of this. There was some really nice artwork that they showed for this. I would really want to get on this because it looks cool. I like the idea of, like you said, that every mistake they make, they'd get turned into a monster. And I think in the panels that they show, or the preview panels, they're talking about a monster that lives under the bridge or in the water, and it was one of them to start with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's quite interesting. Yeah, I really want to read this.
Yeah, the premise says imperfection breeds monstrous consequences. So yeah, I like the idea of that.
Yeah, me
Sounds
too.
interesting.
It does sound pretty cool.
Future
then we've
read.
got Transformers.
Yeah. Obviously, we had to pick Transformers issue 9. Why not? It's like a regular now. Sorry, guys.
Loving it.
So yeah, that's my pick.
I've just finished all the Transformers films, and I've been messaging Tom regularly saying, "Oh, I love this, love that." Some people ain't a fan of the Michael Bay Transformers. I love it. Like I was literally just watching it every single one. My least favourite one has to be the start where Mark Wahlberg.
Yep.
I think when Mark Wahlberg come into it, and then this Transformers: Rise of the Beasts.
I haven't watched that one yet.
That was the latest one. I think that came out in 2023.
It's one of the better ones.
Have you seen it? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, the ending was awesome. Like I thought the ending was wicked. But I watched Transformers 1984 again. There's no matter what universe, the Energon universe or this universe, you can't compete with that film. That is one of the greatest Transformers films ever made. Loved it. And I've been reading this again. So I've read it all and I'm back up to this again. I just can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
And Tom, I'm bugging you for any.
Mate, you can bug me as much as you want about Transformers. This brain has too much Transformer knowledge. If there was a Transformer quiz, I'd probably win. It's the only thing I know.
I went and did that Transformers cinema experience. I don't know if you managed to get to it, Tom, or not. Do you know where they did
I'm in
the episode?
Cornwall, mate. We've only literally just got electricity.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Did someone like stand on a stage and play a piano for you?
Yeah.
So
as long as somebody next door is on the hamster wheel, I get electric.
It was pretty cool. The table reading was brilliant because you got to see them doing the reading alongside the first episode. That was pretty cool.
Oh, cool. Okay. Andy, you're not a massive fan of Transformers, are you?
Transformers.
I'm not on Tom's level when it comes to Transformers.
I don't think many people are.
No.
Well, I'll be honest, and sorry, Tom. I think this is the most overhyped book that we've had in years. I think you have to be a Transformers fan to really stick with this and enjoy it. I think Phil kind of summed it up quite nicely in his comment. Just my
opinion. I'm still going to be reading. I'm still going to be looking forward to it. So yeah,
I love it.
That is that. So then we've got the Deviant issue number 6. So
this has been great.
Well, do you know what? So I only recently read issue number 5 because I think a few of you read it a couple of weeks ago and you was like, it was a bit of a filler issue, didn't really do much. I'm just still sticking with it. I think it's going to be good. There's another 3 issues to go. I think it ends. Yeah, we've got this one, 7 and 8. So these are the final 3 issues. It's going to be interesting to see how it pans out. I don't know if there's going to be a carry on for it. I can't actually see how this ends. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if you guys are still reading it. I can't
Yeah,
see how
absolutely.
this ends.
I think it's quite a good story, to be fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought issue 5 was pretty dark, where the kid found out about like the killer and then went to the house and then tried to commit some of the crimes and stuff. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Yeah,
I'm enjoying this, and I'm looking forward to reading this again once it's finished.
Yes.
As one book.
Yeah, I think that's how I want to read it now. I don't know if we'll read it on the show, but I'd like to wait now till it's finished and then read it as one whole book, because it has. I mean, you guys, I think you picked it for a read. When I was on the show before, and I read it with you, and I didn't want to because it was about a killer Santa Claus, looked a bit like a clown, but it's actually amazing. I actually really enjoyed it. To be fair, you guys have brought me a long way.
No, it is. Yeah, so we got that comes out next week. We've also got. It seems like every week something epic is coming out, like something epic.
Best
in the
series ever.
In the deepest depths of imaginary primordial jungle, Noah and Dee seek counsel from Mother Nature, the first goddess, who points them to the 9 mythic realms in search of a thunder god. Features 32 full pages of pure story and art. That's enough for me. I'm absolutely loving this arc. I'm loving the characters. I'm loving the writing. I'm loving the art. There is no wrong that this man can do. That's all from me.
Absolutely.
I stopped reading this.
I was going to say,
after 7, I think. And I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait unless one of you guys pick it to review, and then I'll catch up. But I think I'll wait till the hardback comes out for this, because I read 1 to 7 all in one, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome. Von Hoot
Before I
said,
came back on the show, I said to Andy, like, what do I need to catch up on? He said something is epic. And I was really reluctant because obviously it was a bit hard hitting for me, the first issue.
Yeah.
Once I got past it though, what a fucking series.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
It's awesome.
No,
that's it. Deviant's really solid, maybe less exciting than Beneath the Trees, but it might ultimately be more satisfying if they nail the ending. Yeah, that's pretty true. Something epic is super exciting. Yeah, do you know what I absolutely love here is the fact that it's shown the inside of the cover and then the panels of the first pack. It will be interesting to see if that's the actual panel of when the comic book opens. That'd be fucking smart. If he's done that, if he's nailed that, that's going to be interesting. Knowing, obviously I don't know Simon, but saying like this is something that he's probably thought of.
Yeah.
So if it is, then that'd be interesting. So yeah, there's that. Then we've got, so I've gone for an image, Plastic, Death and Dolls. So this is a mini-series premiere. Everyone's favourite serial killer has returned. Learn how Edwin came to his first kill at 10 years old and how that set him on a blood-soaked path of decapitations, sporks and dolls on his way to finding the one true love of his life, a sex doll named Virginia.
What the fuck?
Right, so... Is this? Do you remember? I don't know if it is right, but I picked up a couple of comics a few months ago from. Is it the same? Is it the same one? It is.
It's a follow up. Yeah, it's like a follow up. Yeah.
Yes, that's cool. Because I picked up these books and it was literally about a little kid who was like a serial killer who used to run around with a knife, and as he was growing up, he was killing things. When I read the premise to this, is that the one you're talking about?
No. I know it. Which one are you talking about? Oh, crikey! What's the
Norm? Are you talking about Norman or something?
Norman, that's the one. Yes, no, that's wicked.
No, but this is a follow up to the original Plastic. I think it's just a volume 2 sort of thing.
Well, okay, yeah, but this looks wicked. This I'm all for this. An image for me. I can't.
Tom's face.
No, it sounds fun. I'm trying to get my head around it.
It's just holding a head.
Look at the little cat.
Look at the little cat. Yeah, there we go. Licking the blood off his feet. But yeah, Plastic, Death and Dolls, issue number 1. Doug Wagner, Daniel Hilliard from Image Comics. Oh, love a bit of Dick.
Love a bit of Dick. So this, you know what? I never thought I would get into a Dick Tracy. I never thought I'd get into Dick. I never thought I'd get into a Dick Tracy comic. I picked this up just because I thought, oh, why not? And Fuzzy recommended it, actually. Fuzzy said it was a good read.
Fuzzy recommended Dick.
Fuzzy recommended Dick, yeah. And issue 1 was just great. It was good fun. So this is obviously following Dick Tracy. You'll remember Dick Tracy probably from the... I've never read a Dick Tracy comic other than this one, but I remember the Warren Beatty movie with Madonna back in the day.
That came out in the Stone Age, did it?
It did. How dare you? Yeah, it did. But this is just fun. This is a detective romp with some really weird looking, interesting characters.
His hands are so hairy.
He's a masculine gentleman. His dick.
He's a hairy dick.
He's a hairy. God almighty. But yeah,
Big hairy dick.
He's a solid.
You're blushing,
dick as
Pete.
well.
You've gone all blurry again.
Yeah, he's gone blurry. He's a solid dick. But he's a. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. He's just good. I like it. I like Dick. Oh God, it's a good fun book to read. Yeah.
My sub still haven't got a date for 2 of Dick Tracy. There we go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Mad
straight
Cave.
when you give him a stroke.
Mad Cave. There we go. Oh, Thomas Dick Rating. There we go.
Sorry.
Dick Tracy issue number 2. Right. Then we've got this is we can't go without Blood Moon comics, right? So this is Violent Descends. This is written by Angel Fuentes and the art is by Nayla Aguera and Richard Cruz. The premise of this is the real masterminds behind the end of the world are revealed as Violet and Ruth as they try to survive an attack by a demon horde. Also, Father Anselmo has a disturbing vision of the future with the coming of Totema. Right, so this, I've read a review of it, and this is kind of like, what was that comic we read, Pete, where it was literally just random killers? There was a killer cow, there was a chicken, there was a fly, and they became zombies.
Oh, Skeeters.
Yes, so this is kind of like this. It's kind of like this, and then Umbaba.
Do you know what? I mean, you've mentioned Blood Moon a few times now. They seem to be churning out books with decent looking covers. So it must be a proper real company, I presume.
No, it's just a fake company that Charlie made.
I mean, I just think it's a weird. I've just never heard of them before Charlie introduced them to the show.
It's my company. Yes, I wish. But honestly, like I go on when we do like the League of Comic Book Geeks and stuff, I literally close off everything and just literally go for indie comic and go right down to the bottom and there's Blood Moon. And there's always something that tickles my fancy there, like, you know what I mean, Violet Descends. But it might not be for everyone. It might be like Humbug and be absolute random shit. But it's a comic book, it's enjoyable, so why not pick it up? There we go. And then look at Andy with the admin, look at that. Bosh, there we go. Has anyone actually read Blood Moon comics yet? What I'm going to do, I'm going to send you issue number 1 of Humbubba. Give it a read. Let me know. Did you guys read it? I did send it to you like all the way back, I think it was about 3 years ago. Did you guys read it? No?
Yeah.
New phone, who this?
Oh, new phone, who this? Okay, so there's that one. But that's the indie covers. That's the indie covers. Now we're into killer trades and hardcovers for next week. Also, up first. Good pick, Andy.
Yeah,
I picked
Andy.
Is this for the new one?
This is for the original.
Original one, right, okay.
Yeah. So this is the deluxe edition hardcover, written Jeff Jones and Gary Frank doing the artwork, released by Image. And this collects Geiger issue number 1 to 6. And it's got like portions of the Geiger 80-page giant issue number 1.
Okay.
And 30 pages of bonus material. So you're getting 272 pages for about $35. So anybody that's enjoying the new run should definitely go and fill up with this.
This cover's wicked. I absolutely love this cover. Is anyone watching a TV show on Amazon Prime? It's what is it called? It's about like the nuclear holocaust. It was a computer game as
Fallout.
well.
Oh, Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. Yeah, it's wicked, isn't it? It was episode 1 was just like on a different level, but yeah, it's wicked.
Yeah, superb.
Like, it just reminds me of this. Like, I would like to see Fallout as a comic book. I don't know if they've done them crossovers like they've done the Tomb Raider comic and stuff like that, but I'd like to see that. But yeah, Geiger, quality read. Up next, Grimm.
So I went for Grimm Deluxe Edition hardcover book 1. I don't know if you guys are still reading Grimm. But it got really, really good. I haven't read it for a little while, but it got so good. The first story arc is absolutely amazing, where they're looking for basically the devil. Essentially, they're looking for Satan, which is awesome. Written by Stephanie Phillips, and she's absolutely incredible. I will be picking this up when it comes out for shizzle.
I've been enjoying it. I have been enjoying it.
Is this oversized? Is it a? Do you remember how Boom did the something that's killing the children kind of slipcase hardcover?
Exactly the same.
Okay, I might pick this up.
Exactly the same, mate. Yeah.
I do like a hardcover, so yeah.
You won't have to wear your glasses when you're reading it, basically.
Yeah.
Did you, Pete? Did you pick up the Something Is Killing the Children one?
The second volume, not yet.
Yeah,
But I'm going
no.
to. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah.
I still didn't get why they missed out 7 issues. Which
Yeah, there missed a
again,
couple of issues in there.
but but it's ridiculous. A lot of people said, yeah, look, I fell off a Grim issue number 9. This is the first one. If you've not read Geiger Volume 1, it's a no-brainer. Yeah, a lot of people have said that, and I think Von Hoot's been the leader of the pack for that one. But yeah, Grim Deluxe hard copy. Why not? I've gone for Hack / Back to School. I thoroughly enjoyed this. I just think Zoe Thorogood as a writer and an artist, she's wicked. She's so down to earth every time we've met her at Thought Bubble. She's wicked at what she does. This was just thoroughly enjoyable, and I loved
I'd really
it that
like
much.
to
I
get a
want to
sketch
go
from
back.
her this year.
Yeah, I want to go back and read Hack / like the original stuff, because that obviously wasn't her, but this is old school. But
This totally fell off my radar. So I remember we read issue 1 and 2, and then I completely forgot about it. But I did notice the other day, I can't remember if it was when I was searching for covers or whatever, I don't know if you've noticed, that she's done a cosplay variant, and it's her doing the cosplay of the main character. It's really, really cool. It's very cool.
Okay, that's cool. I spelt my name wrong there, so I do apologise, Dave Thorogood. But Andy, did you read all of this, or will you get back into reading it all?
Mate, I didn't read any of the issues of this. I really don't know why I didn't. This is going to be a good opportunity for me to go and pick it back up. But yeah, I did see what Peter was talking about. It was all over our Instagram and stuff like that, where she was doing the sort of cosplay.
I need to check out that. Yeah. Right, and then up next we have Thor.
This will be dog shit. So this is the Epic Collection. So
Wait to sell it, mate.
Well, it will, man. It'll be a cheap book to buy, because the Epic Collections are normally really good value. You get a lot of issues for a decent price point. This jumped out at us because this is from a run, crikey, 20 years or so ago, where Marvel decided that people weren't interested in Shakespearean gods and things, so they got rid of Thor and Asgard and everything, and they rebranded it. I think it started off as Journey into Mystery, a rebrand of that, and they basically made it so that all of the Asgardians were transported to Earth, but they had no memory of who they were, and they kind of discovered the powers as they went along. So you got Red Novell as Thor there, which is the original version of Thor and all the rest of it. I remember reading this at the time and being a bit lost off to it. So when I saw this collected edition, I thought, you know what? Why not relive a bit of 90s goodness and go back and refresh my memory and see if it's as pap as I thought it was back then. So yeah, just a bit of history really that I want to go back and revisit and see if it's...
This is interesting though, Pete, because it says, down at the bottom it says Deodato Studios. Now obviously Mike Deodato is the Brazilian comic book artist. I think he's Brazilian or Mexican. But did his studios do this? Like, did he have a load of artists and writers doing it? I don't
know, mate. Not sure.
I was just trying to Google that, but it didn't really come
Dato
up.
Studios came after, but they probably had to pay him for some of the rights, I suppose. Because Marvel sold off a lot of their rights back in the day, didn't they? That's why they're trying to re-get them all back.
Yeah.
I've got to be honest, this does look shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, I quite like the 90s cat.
Yeah.
This
This is right after, so I don't know if you remember the run at all, but they realised that people didn't like Viking-based Thor, so they replaced him with Eric Matteson, which was one of my favourite runs of Thor, like a human version. Then they replaced him again, and he went to like this kind of leather-clad chains hanging off him with a belly top, so you could see his belly button and stuff, and it was just weird, really, really weird. And then they got rid of him. He died in Ragnarok, and then this kind of came after.
This just looks like a really, really bad entry for Eurovision Song Contest.
It does.
Yeah.
Like what Peter was just saying goes back to what I was talking about. Simon Bisley did a cover of that Thor that Simon was just that Triple G was just talking about. Simon Bisley did a cover of that because like it's all kind of like that Rockport kind of boot thing, you know, with the chains and like proper biker style.
Yeah.
Didn't Don and Cates do a thing about chains and kids love chains or something? Didn't they do that?
I think Donny Cates' run of Thor covered a lot of the old school Thor, like as a bit of a throwback in places. I think he did cover it.
Actually, this pure coincidence. But I've got some books to show off.
No,
it is. It honestly is. I've got some books to show off in a bit, but it's actually one of them's got the image of Biker Thor on it.
Oh yeah.
Biker Thor.
Biker Thor, Biker Grove.
Why?
With his
My
little
eyes,
belly,
my eyes, Thor, my eyes.
his belly top and his piercings and his sexy leatherness. Dirty bastard.
This trade paperback feels like one of those ones you get for $2.99 on a subscription, and it increases to $9.99 the month after.
Yeah. Not one of them toys you build for 50p and then before you know it, just take the mortgage to get the last thing. Yeah, that's it. The Mighty Thor Epic Collection, The Lost Gods. In my eyes, it could probably stay lost, but hey ho. Now we're at the final order cut off top 3. I need to change that because there's 4 of us now, so excuse me. This is obviously the final order cut off date. Retailers must submit everything to Slab Crusaders. Massive congratulations for finally getting married and making it back in one piece. And massive congratulations, James. All orders must be submitted on the website to James by Sunday 9 p.m. Otherwise, they will get cancelled. I've gone for X-Men issue number 1, J. Scott Campbell Psylocke variant cover. As soon as I see this today, may have purchased 1 or 2 versions of it. It is sublime.
He's doing one for every cover.
Awesome. It is wicked, and I think I'm going to be picking up every cover. I haven't gone for like the 1 in 100, and no, because I ain't got £140 to spunk on a comic. But this is awesome. No, you're such a dirty man. You just heard the word spunk and went,
just with Tom saying there that he's doing one for each of them, is that going to be an interconnecting cover then? Because I'd
love it to be.
The shapes and things are interesting, aren't they, around the edges of the book?
Entirely sure, but it's a possibility because number 2 is Magic, and she's got more of an X in the background.
It makes an X. It makes an X, so you see that's a double X. Top it.
Yeah,
You'll put one at the top, not make an X.
Okay.
Yeah, I think she might be the middle one, Magic, because her one looks like it's in the middle.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, this is just awesome. So yeah, had to go for this. Then we got Andy.
This is my pick. I've ordered 4 of these from Slab Crusaders, and the plan is to get each one of the Turtles sketched on them.
Cool.
I think
No, you need 5.
You need 5
There's 5
Jennikers in
turtles
it
now,
now,
mate.
Oh no, I'm original.
You sexist.
Wow.
Cancel that man. Cancel him.
I don't care if the Turtle's male or female. I just go for the original 4. Although I could have got Splinter, and I could have got
Splinter.
Yeah. Christ, I need to
Maybe you need to get 6 so you can get Splinter, or 7, then you can have Shredder as well.
Shredder, and then
Casey Jones, April O'Neil,
Rocksteady Bebop.
Bebop and Rocksteady. There we go.
Brang.
$4,000 on blank covers. Yeah.
You dropped the ball.
Leatherhead.
Should have just bought an A3 sheet.
And you can also get a blank cover for the X-Men book that we just looked at as well. So,
oh really? Oh, that's cool. That's cool. And I think this book's going to blow up. You know, I think with Jason Aaron doing it, and also Gerald Jones, she's awesome. So I think
Johnson a cover for the Turtles green, white, and black or whatever.
Yeah,
really?
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Right, cool. Yeah. So this is also this is the new IDW logo as well. Then we've got X-Men. I quite like this, Pete.
Yeah, I mean, I like the cover. I do like the cover. It's interesting that they're making people like Cyclops look younger, I think. I think they're going for a younger audience, maybe. But this is the relaunch of X-Men. I haven't read this week's issue yet, which kind of concludes the Krakoa age. I've not been impressed with the Krakoa age. I'm just excited for a relaunch, I have to be honest. I'm hoping to get a bit of X-Men excitement back in my life. So giving this a go, this will be a reader for me to pick up and just jump back on and see if it's any good. Good lineup there in terms of the mutants on the cover there. I like all of those characters.
Juggernaut.
Yeah.
With the TV series, obviously that's just finished. So that was wicked. I'm still of the mind. I didn't read any of that comic run because I was still on the mindset of that. The TV series came out and then issue number 1 came out. They should have followed it on. So like TV episode comic, TV episode comic, TV episode comic. I think that would have been good because the comic just literally retold the story of the TV series that you just watched and then had some. It was pretty poor how they did that. So is this a totally different run?
Yeah. So that
the back row color.
Yeah, what you're talking about, X-Men 97, which is just a continuation of the cartoon. This is the kind of the main X-Men line.
Oh, okay,
and it's getting a complete relaunch, loads of new issue 1s, lots of different teams. So hopefully, please please be good, you know.
I might give it a read. Von Hoover said he liked Jim Lee's X-Men #1. Yeah, there's loads. There's loads out. Yeah, there's loads. And then we've gone yours, Tom.
Yeah, so I've gone for Absolute
This is a
Power,
massive.
which
This
the-
is a wraparound, by the way. I just couldn't fit it in.
which is the new kind of DC jumping on point for people. Basically, Amanda Waller has created these kind of mechanics that have got all the powers of all the people. But I just went for it because basically Dan Mora is doing all the artwork, and I absolutely love Dan Mora. So I thought I'd get issue 1, see how it goes, and then go from there. Because although I'm not a DC person, I quite like the DC team up books. Like I love Teen Titans, I love Justice League, just because I can't keep up with the characters individually, to be honest.
Yeah. No, I think it's a good pick. So there's four strong picks there. Then we've got the Killer Comic Show sneak peek for next week. So these are the comics we pick. We put them on the community vote, which is now live over on YouTube, and then you can vote, and then the top 2 comics will get voted for. So Andy, you've gone for.
I went for Precious Metal issue #1. This is a premiere issue of a miniseries. This is written by Darcy Van Polgeest, and art is by Ian Bertram. And I think this is one of those sort of oversized books. It's 56 pages. The solicitation said. So I thought I would give this one a go.
Tom?
Yeah, so I've gone for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Alpha, which is basically the first issue of the new Turtles run by Jason Aaron. This is kind of like a prelude to that, and it's kind of how it is going to tie in from what we've currently gone through with Stephanie into this. Also, this is a Kevin Eastman cover. Look how good he can draw.
See what I mean?
Just
See
saying.
what I totally mean. See what I mean?
Obviously offended Andy.
No, I think what he's got is he just messaged on the group chat and saying he's just gone to get his 27 boxes of pickups. So he's going to be a while. So we've just got to fill the space. But yeah, Pete, you've gone for. I'm glad you picked this, mate.
So I've gone for Get Fury issue #2.
He's obviously read it.
We read issue 1 a few weeks ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I read this today. I'll be interested to know what you guys think. I was completely frigging confused. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I don't know if this is linked to a past series that I've not read, so I'm meant to know what they're talking about, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, it confused the shit out of us, if I'm being honest.
Oh,
Maybe need to go back and reread it.
Issue #1 was fucking awesome.
Issue 1 was spot on.
Because Punisher, they did Marvel Max as well, and Punisher was wicked years ago. Okay, cool. Because issue #1 ended when they buried the guy alive.
I am interested to know what you guys think of it, to see if I'm just thick and I've missed something or what. But like I say, there's no action in it. It's predominantly narrative. But I didn't understand what the narrative was about.
Don't vote for that one then, guys. Don't vote for that one. And then I've gone for the Infernals issue #4. This has been an awesome comic. It ended with a pretty decent cliffhanger on issue #3. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. Can't wait for that. And I love the goat. I think the goat's wicked. The goat's my favourite character, so more goat. Bring back the goat. Andy, I was just telling the chat that you went off and then you let us know you went to pick up your 27 boxes of pickups that we'll be getting through shortly. So
28.
Sorry, 28.
He was ordering 15 more copies of the blank Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well. Yeah.
And here we are, the Killer Cover scoreboard for this week. Now the votes are in, signed, sealed, delivered, and in last place is me. No, 4%. In third place is Pete with 15%. Tom, you're in second position with 36%.
Actually, I thought I was going to be in last.
Andy, running away with it, is Andy with 43% of
Bloody
the votes.
hell,
There was 46 of them, 46 votes. So Andy,
was there really? Is that what it wasn't really 46 votes, was it?
So
It's going to be 46 votes.
So I got 23 votes, give or take, and there was how many people watching?
Yeah,
10.
9.
We've got 10 at the moment.
Yeah, it's 10. But well done, Andy. Well done, mate. I don't know how it works. It's all fun and games. But what I didn't say is that the person with the most votes at the end of the year, by the time we go to the thought bubble, has to buy 2 shots every comic they've won.
Yeah, I think that's
Yes.
fair. That's fair for all
That's
of them.
fair.
Yeah,
For
they have
all
to
of
be
them.
banana. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's fair. Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
Andy,
absolutely
to
fair.
say you win with 20 comics, you have to take into account what the others have won, and then that makes up.
What's
for
that
all
about
the
12 quid
injury.
in Witherspoons?
Yeah. And you get a
For the
free
weekend.
bag of chips
For
or
the
something.
weekend.
Yeah.
12 quid for
Fiver.
the weekend. But well done, mate. Well done.
Fiver, and the person that
Um,
delivers it's only got
so-
one tooth.
To
That's
be
it.
fair, is deserved winner there, mate. That was by far the
Yeah.
best cover. Wasn't
100%.
it?
Agreed.
100%. And then you've got our socials. You've got me at Instagram, Geeky Guy Comics, Twitter, Geeky Guy Comics. You've got man like Triple G over on Instagram, YouTube, Meebo, Bebo, MySpace, Tesco's Club Card, PayPal, anything. Then you got Perpetual. Free with every £100 spending. You get a little greeting from
I
Pete.
love that.
We got Andy. Oh mate, I've lost it. Can someone take over?
You
Andy,
can
where
find me in the
can you
usual
mate?
Perpetual.comics, Perpetual Comics on X, and on Tesco Club Card or Lidl or Lidl.
And then we've got Tom at Not Quite Mint,
Oh.
and then he's got Tom Mailing, Bench Presses a Truck at PT, and you can find us over on the Killer Comic Show, Instagram and Twitter as well. Awesome show, but we've got some pickups. Who wants to go first? Because I've got absolutely nothing at all.
I've got a couple, not many.
Yeah, you go on in, go on in, go
I
on.
go first before Andy.
Yeah, go on then, mate.
So this, even though I hate the book, right? Even though I hate the book and everything it represents, this is a sexy cover. So this is the Thundercats foil, the black and red cover.
Yes,
Is that the Drew Moss?
Ah, that's the
is that
one
the
I
Drew Moss
wanted.
variant?
I don't know who the shit's done it. No idea. But it's very sexy and it's shiny and it's red and black.
I got the
like
gold
it.
one. I want that one.
Yeah. So that's very sexy. And then I picked up this set. I'm a massive nerd for DC versus Marvel.
Yeah.
So this is
Cool
the
shit.
this is the entire mini-series of all 4 issues that introduces access to the Marvel universe. A character who's still out there but we've never seen for a long time. And I loved this amalgam version of some of the characters. So yeah, pick that little mini-series up. Cause,
That's one of the first
just
sets
enjoy it.
I remember picking up.
Yeah,
back in the
kid.
day.
20 quid for that, which I think is pretty reasonable for the full
That's
set.
not bad, yeah.
That's
See
cool.
issue number 1. You should have a look for the DCU logo variant. So
Yeah.
at the bottom, whatever the barcode is, it's like a little DCU logo. Really rare.
Yeah, that appears in quite a few comics, doesn't it? The DC logo for some reason appeared on a handful of the books at the time, but it's very hard to get a hold of apparently. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I've got.
Right. Tom, have you got anything?
Yeah, man. So I started rereading the original Transformers books, like the first kind of 1980s books, and I've decided to collect them. So this week or last week, I got a few that came in the post. So I got issue 18.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
quite
Yeah, that's
nice.
cool.
But like, I forgot how like the 80s artwork is just so stunning in a way, and it's kind of just really charming, and I actually quite like the stories as well, which is quite nice. I got the issue 36, which is the first appearance of Skylinks. Oh shit! It's the first appearance of Skylinks, which is quite cool.
That's cool.
I got the issue 25, which happens to be the first appearance of the Predacons, and Razorclaw is my favourite Transformer. So I'm quite glad that I've got that. And then the one that
They
I've
look like
shown
they're
you
in good
guys
condition
already.
as well.
Say again, mate.
They look like they're in good condition as well.
Yeah, those ones are. They're all, well, they've got a little sticker that says near mint, so I need to get them out and have a proper look. But they are in really good condition. This one isn't such good condition, but it's probably the favourite one of the lot. So I've got the first appearance of the Dinobots,
Nice.
which is issue 8,
That's nice.
which
I
is
haven't
really
got
nice.
that one.
But it's
I
got
need that one.
tons of
cool.
spine ticks on it, unfortunately.
Wow.
Nice
But
book.
it's really
that.
nice.
Nice book.
Yeah.
That's on my list.
Nice.
That's it for me. That's all I've got. But that would be probably what I'll be showing most weeks now.
Very cool.
That is cool.
Go on then, Andy.
Really?
Let's have a look at these
Charlie?
38 boxes.
No, I've got nothing, mate. You can
No?
crack on, sir.
Okay, so first up, I picked up another version of the Black Mirror hardcover edition. specifically because obviously it's got the jock exterior cover and it's also got the jock interior cover when you take the thingamabob off, whatever you call it, the jacket. The next one that I put up on my Instagram today was this one, Batgirl 23,
Nice.
Jenny Frisson's C2E2 variant. And I got
Sorry,
that from
what was her name again?
Jenny Frisson. I got this from Comic Sam's Whatnot sale, so definitely check out the comiccupboard.co.uk. It's a really good
cool.
comics on it. These were through, I think these were Whatnot as well, actually. So this is Fantastic Four issue number 30, but this is the hard to find sketch cover. And
the first cover appearance of the zombies, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. I got this like for £1 or £2 G.I. Joe cover. Just thought it was a cool kind of cover. And I thought it was die cut originally, but it's not. It's just in a lot of one page. I thought you saw it.
Andy?
I have a
Is that meant to be Snake Eyes' visor then?
Yeah.
Snake Eyes' visor with the Cobra thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, Andy, if you have a look around, that could possibly be a J. Scott Campbell, but I can't remember in total.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, okay.
He's not signed it or anything, so it's not officially, but I'm pretty sure he did a couple of covers for that G.I. Joe run, and that was one of them, but it's just not got his signature on.
Oh, sweet. So this is issue 0. It's a retail incentive cover.
Yeah.
So you might be right. Cool.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I saw it in Midtown Comics in New York, and they mentioned that to me because I was looking for J. Scott Campbell stuff.
Oh, cool.
Oh, okay. I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Got Wonder Woman issue number 750. If you remember, there was like 6 or 7 of these sort of.
I love those kind of pin-up covers.
Lovely. And again, Jenny Frisson.
Is it?
I've got. Yeah.
That's very different to what you normally see, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It's definitely different. She's went for a sort of old school, sort of 60s vibe there.
I love that.
Especially
considering what day it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Got Umbrella Academy issue number 1. This is the second copy I've got. This is the Jim Lee cover, which is quite a hard.
The final season of that's coming out. I think it's coming out.
Yeah.
Soon.
I've not caught up with the last one yet. I need to catch up with that.
A couple of Spider-Girl, Amazing Spider-Girl covers. Again, these were a couple of quid, so it was a no-brainer to pick these up. J. Scott Campbell, ASM.
Nice.
Issue 492 in the original run. Free comic book day. I know that I'd shown a couple of, maybe 1 or 2. I know, Charlie, you had picked up a couple for me, which I appreciate. I managed to pick these up from Midtown Comics. So I was buying something anyway, which I'll show you in a second, and they were offering these just for, I think it was like $1 or something that they were offering them for. But this was quite a hard one to get. This is Ultra Duck. Apparently, everybody's gone a bit crazy for this because I think it's only in America you could get this, or it was reasonably difficult to get hold of.
I don't even know what that is, Andy. I've never heard of Ultra Duck.
Not got a clue either. Delgado cover, and it's arcana.com, so really, really indie. But yeah, picked it up. And this one was American Free Comic Book Day only, so you could only get this in the US. So I was happy to pick this up.
I just don't get that. I mean, we talked about that, I think, a little while ago. Asterix and Obelix, to me, has always been a very European thing. So I can't understand why that was an American exclusive only, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it made absolutely no sense. But
Was it
yeah, I love
German,
that.
or was it Dutch?
Yeah,
Dutch.
It was Dutch, wasn't it?
Dutch.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say Dutch, yeah. Definitely Dutch, yeah.
Earl. This is the preview copy, J. Scott Campbell. I don't know if I showed you these a couple of weeks ago, but I got both the ASM photo variants. Again, I couldn't believe, like, I didn't pay what eBay was asking for, but the price of these on eBay is absolutely crazy. Look, trade paperback and Chaos.
Chaos
Oh,
is
nice.
great.
Specifically a J. Scott Campbell cover. So.
Yeah.
This is a cool one. This is the first
yeah.
cover art by Joshua Middleton. So he done, I think it was this character. So cross-gen primer. This was a Wizard exclusive. So if you're into your Joshua Middleton, you're looking to collect everything.
Do you know what? CrossGen had some great books back in the day.
Yeah.
Because it was a separate line, wasn't it? And there was, I think, 5 or 6 different mini-series. But I remember, is it Scion, I think, is the guy with the sword on the front of that one? That was a really cool little series.
Yeah, some of the crochet and stuff is fantastic. You'll see a bit of a theme here, guys. I got another J. Scott Campbell
Love
cover.
that cover.
ASN number 30.
Nice.
Up X-Force Sex and Violence run. So this is issue number 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Quite a difficult and high grade to pick up. So I was well pleased at that. Another J. Scott Campbell and Uncanny X-Force Midtown Comics exclusive.
Love that book.
Some Michael Turner goodness. So this
Is that the
a
tribute one? Yeah. It's a beautiful book.
Oh, I can't believe some of the work inside this. It's really nice.
A lot of that artwork you'd never see unless you've got that book.
Oh, that's cool.
You seen this?
I have. Didn't you send me one of those?
Yeah, so I managed to find another one for £1. I was like, oh, I'm getting this out all day, every day. Another hard to find free comic book day. This was Absolute Power Special Edition, blank cover.
Okay.
And then a couple of Midtown Comics exclusives. So this is David Nakayama, Wonder Woman issue number 800.
That's
so
nice.
They came as a nice little set.
Oh, cool.
And I was showing you these before we went live today. I can't. It'd be remiss of me not to show everybody else.
Jeez.
But I picked up for £20 a full box
robbed.
of famous comic book creators, and if you can see there, guys, that is Mr. Todd.
No, that's not Todd McFarlane.
That's Todd McFarlane. Would you like me to
That's
open
Todd
up?
McFarlane.
Yes.
Would you like me to open up a bit?
I'm giddy with excitement.
Yes. Show us your pedo collection.
So, Andy, just for clarification, these are trading cards of people who work at Marvel Comics, so it'll be like the janitor or stuff like that. People you've never seen before, yeah? All dressed in like 60s and 70s attire, yeah?
Exactly, yeah.
Okay.
This is the sort of thing you're getting for these.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Neil Gaiman,
No,
to be
that's
fair,
not
I know
Neil
who
Gaiman.
Neil
Actually,
Gaiman
I know who
is.
Neil Gaiman is, yeah.
It's not Sweet Baby Jesus, it's Neil Gaiman.
Eric Larson.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
know who Eric Larson is, yeah. Why didn't you pick these out earlier? You
Yeah.
just showed us random ones.
Dan Spiegel.
No.
No.
Oh,
Somebody's granddad.
No.
Genius for
EastEnders. Character in EastEnders.
Oh,
fuck?
yeah. That is definitely a prison kind of...
Yeah.
Right,
Sorry.
Tom.
pedo.
Roy
Ryan
Thomas.
Oh, no, right.
Yeah.
Not
Likes
good
children.
photos of these people, mind, are
I
they?
don't know. They're not.
Sam Keith.
He looks like fun. He's...
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely been arrested a few times.
Yeah. I agree with Leon Russell.
Who's that?
That is Wayne Boring.
Wayne
We'll
Kerr.
leave it on that note.
Wayne Kerr.
Boring.
Wayne Kerr. I've been arrested for Wayne King.
Have you found a Stan Lee yet? Is there a Stan Lee in there? Or a Jack Kirby?
No, haven't found any good ones yet.
I'm really looking forward to seeing these. Like,
Yeah,
could
I think
sit
you
all
should go
night
live
over 'em.
every day
100%.
and open a box.
Yeah.
I'll consider it.
Can we open up another one?
No.
Yeah, go on, open another one.
Go on, one more. One more, Andy.
I'll
Go
wait.
on. Go on. Oh, he's in a huff. Go on, one more. Show with the pedos. Show with the pedos.
And that is why it's the end of the show.
Yeah, that's why
It's
we're
been
going to
a-
be cancelled next week.
It's been an hour and 40 minutes. It's been fun. Leon Russell, why do they all look like they're on the sex offenders register? Find out next week. You've got to stay until the end of next week's show to find out if there's any more. It's been a really, really good
Question
show. We've
is-
had 2 weeks off. Go on.
If you come into the show at the end of here now and you read that, what they all look like sex offenders, he could be talking about us.
Yeah.
You don't stay. You don't stay. You literally,
Actually-
yeah.
Sorry, Andy's got one other pickup that we've not mentioned. I'm enjoying your attire tonight, Andy. Scott Land in the Star Wars style. It's very, very cool jumper. I like that. I've not seen that one before.
thanks very much. And just in case anybody was confused and didn't know where my accent was from, I thought I would just confirm that.
Yeah,
Because the one that Tom done
Irish.
sounded a little bit Indian, to be honest.
The one I did was Indian. I did do an Indian accent because you showed a box with Todd McFarlane and 2 Indian blokes on it.
Excellent.
That's it.
sounded South African.
Anyway,
Thank you, Peter. Thanks.
No, it's been good, and Peter's gone all blurry again and fuzzy again. It's probably that time of the night. We've been on for an hour and 40 minutes. It's been a good show. I hope you've all enjoyed it. We will be back same time again next week with more fun and more sense of humour and more. I don't know what else. It's that time of the night. No, you put down the phone. No, you go. No, you put down the phone. Lads, it's been emotional. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Connie, have a good birthday. Enjoy. Don't drink too much, and we shall see you next week. Have a good one, guys. See you later.
Bye.
Take it.